Lord, you ever have something in your life happen, you got nowhere to turn, you turn to the Lord? I just want to say, that's not a bad thing. You say, oh, that's a bad thing. That's not always a bad thing. It's not a bad thing you got nowhere to turn, because God can work in a supernatural way. We're going to see today that God can take a hook and put it into the jaw of an enemy and help you. Look at verse 30, chapter 37, verse 1. It came to pass when King Hezekiah heard it, he rent his clothes and covered himself with sackcloth and went into the house of the Lord. Hezekiah prayed. Verse 7, God says, I will send a blast upon him. He shall hear a rumor and return to his own land. I will cause him to fall by the sword in his own land. God says, I'm going to help. And look at chapter 37, verse 29. Because thy rage against me, God is telling this to the King of Assyria. Because thy rage, King of Assyria, is against me, the Lord, and thy tumult is come up into my ears. Therefore will I, this is the Lord talking, will I put my hook in thy nose, and my bridle in thy lips, and I will turn thee back by the way which thou camest. You imagine having somebody put a hook in your nose? If you take a hook and you can put it in your nose, there's no defending that. I'm telling you, when God puts a hook in the nose or a jaw, there's no stopping what he's going to do. So God says to the king of Assyria in verse number 29, I will put my hook in thy nose. And so this battle goes on, it's getting ready to take place. And in verse number 36, the angel of the Lord went forth and smote in the camp of the Assyrians 185,000. When they arose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpses. What happened was, the angel of the Lord came, and 185,000 enemies were destroyed. What did God do? He put his hook in his nose, just like he said. Put his hook in their nose, and 185,000 were dead. Here's the thing. We read this and we study it, we go, oh, wonderful. But what about us? It's year 2011, it's February 20th. What about today? 21st. What about today? What about today? God will protect his people. And if you're saved, God will protect. He'll go to any lengths. That's what we saw. He will go to whatever it takes to protect you. The church, Grace Baptist, you can't kill Grace Baptist Church. We're going to destroy Grace Baptist Church. You can't. It's the church of Jesus Christ. It's his church. If you're saved, you've been born again, you're a supernatural creature that has God on your side. And God will protect his people. God will accomplish his purposes, and God will fulfill Bible prophecies. And if need be, he'll do it with a hook in the jaw or a hook in the nose. You say, you pastor, you really believe that's going to happen? I believe it's really going to happen. I believe the Bible said, a virgin shall be with child. And you know what happened? It happened. It's just like the Bible said.